Okay, seems like everything is working perfectly fine. Okay, I get one message from Rahul. Hello, Rahul, how are you? I welcome everyone to this live stream session of Technoholic. And as you might have seen by the topic or the title, in this particular session, we're going to talk about how we can improve the performance of our PC or laptop, which is in a way very essential, especially when we try to optimize our system for a particular application which make or can consume lot of resources. So again, I'm getting another message. Thanks, Rahul, for liking the content. Okay, so seems like we are ready now, and we can get started for this session. For that, let me actually share my screen. Okay, seems now we are in screen mode where I am sharing my screen. And now let's start with the topic of today, which is the essential system setting to make our system perform faster. And then here we are specifically talking about Windows-based system, and it could be a laptop or a desktop. So let's start with some very basic setting, which would be really helpful, guys. So let's start with adjustment of power setting, because power is the one actually which kind of define how my system going to work. So you might have seen, especially in case of Windows machine, when we run our laptop in battery mode, it doesn't perform that good when when we use AC power socket. This is particularly true in case of system of older generation or even of today because of high power consumption of Intel based CPU. Although I would say in future we may see the PC that are coming, ARM based, and they might consume lot less power than current generation. But we still need to wait for that. So let's talk about how we can optimize power setting to make our system perform better. For that, let's click here on this Windows button. And then here you can see I am unfortunately using, I would say, a desktop. So there are more tweaks available in laptop. I will try to show them here, even with desktop. So let's see on the first setting. For that, let me type here power power option. Let's click on it. Basically, what we're going to do here is we're going to change our power setting. Okay, seems like I have a question related to Microsoft Office 2024. Yeah, you can ask Rahul. I will definitely reply. Okay, so coming back to this option of setting up a power option for system to optimize performance. So first of all, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click here on change advanced power setting, and from here, instead of balance, I'm going to select ultimate performance. So what it's going to do is it's going to play with all these factors that you can see here, which is Internet Explorer, desktop background settings, then wireless adapter settings, sleep mode, all these options. So now let me click here OK. Now what will happen is the system will automatically optimize my system based on the factors that we saw. So these are all the factors that my PC going to play with. And then here we can see the maximum processor state is 100 and minimum is 5. So when we do this ultimate performance, here we will see everything now got changed. So minimum processor state is also 100%, maximum processor state is also 100%. So all these settings are now being optimized for ultimate performance. Now, so this was our first setting. Now let's talk about other settings. For example, okay, let me. Now let's talk about another tweak that we can do in our system, um, which is optimizing our startup apps. So for that, again, let's press Control Alt and Escape button, which will basically open our task manager. And then here, if I go in this fourth option, which is startup apps, here actually I can define the apps that I would like to start. So these apps actually make startup impact, which is they're going to acquire RAM, and then they will make your system start slower. So for example, I do not use so many apps out of it quite often, so I can actually disable them. For example, this BlueStack services, I can disable it. Then there are other, for example, Canva, I also can disable it. Meanwhile, I can, so in this way, guys, you can disable all the services that is not required. Meanwhile, I can also see the question here, which is related to Microsoft Office 2024. So I think, Rahul, Microsoft 2024 preview is stable enough. You can go with that, and then you may see lot of new elements there. So do not worry about the reliability or stability of this 2024. You will be getting the latest options or the features that are available with 2024, especially in terms of, I guess, charts improvement, and then there is a UI improvement as well. You will see a new UI element, and ribbon interface also got improved. So many features now got tweaked for better performance and appearance. Then now let's coming back to this startup app thing. So as I was saying that, based on our requirement and the app that we recognize, we can enable or disable it. For example, another app that I would like to disable is Microsoft Edge. Yeah, so let's select the app and then click on disable. And that's how, guys, we can actually optimize our Windows startup. Now let me close it. So whenever next time I will start, I will see slight boost in terms of a system startup. Now let's talk about other settings that we can do to optimize our system. So one such setting is optimizing the visual effects. Okay. And then for that, again, we need to click here on this menu button, and then I will be typing environmental variable. Okay, so seems like I'm directly into it. Environment variable. Okay, so after I am in this environment variable, I need to click here on this option which says performance. So let's click on setting. Now here you can see the current option is let Windows choose what's best for our computer. Let's say you want absolute performance. You are not worried about how will be the look and feel. And in that scenario, you can go with adjust for best performance. And if you apply here, you will see slight reduction in terms of visual appeal, but everything now will be more snappier. So here we go. Here you can see that now instead of I can see the whole preview of this window, I am only seeing the outline. So this is also kind of performance optimization. Obviously, there is a zero-sum game. So if you want to optimize your PC performance, but at the same time, you need to sacrifice a certain side. So we are optimizing our system for performance, and then because of that, we can see here there is sacrifice in terms of visual appeal. So this is also another way how we can further improve our system performance. Now let's talk about the next setting, and this setting is especially useful in case of, let's say, somebody have got limited resources in terms of RAM. Yeah, this is particularly specific to RAM. So we now talk about how we can improve or increase virtual memory in our system. So what that option will basically do is it will allocate some of your hard disk space, and by doing that we will see increase in system performance, especially for those programs where the system memory usage is very high. And then when, as I said, we have limited amount of RAM available, um, that may cause physical RAM is exhausted. So that in that scenario, this virtual RAM is very useful. It is also useful in handling large application, enhancing multiple tasking, preventing system crashes, as by increasing the virtual memory, uh, you reduce the likelihood of system crashes due to memory shortage, as the system can offload data to the virtual memory space. Okay, seems like I'm getting some questions and I also need to address them. Let me actually, show how we can do this, improve virtual memory, then I will come up to the questions. So as I was talking about some of advantages of having, more system memory. So as I was explaining, it can improve our system performance, help us in handling large application, enhancing multitasking, preventing system crashes, better resource allocation. For example, virtual memory can help in by ensuring that active process have enough memory while less critical process are moved to virtual memory space. So in this way, always, I mean, in this way, since we already know that the performance of this virtual memory will not be as good as physical memory, but system or Windows will see that and will recognize that we have got this amount of virtual memory and will transfer low priority tasks toward virtual memory, and that way system can optimize himself. And then this is also kind of cost effective solution, like when we have limited hardware, and specifically it is very useful when we are using solid state drive, especially NVMe type, when compared to HDD. So if you have got NVMe based SSD, then this one is really useful. Okay, now let's see how we can improve or add virtual memory. So for that, we can click here on this menu button, and then I'm gonna write again the same environment variable, and then here I need to click on this performance, and then let's go here in advanced. And below advanced, here I can see this option which says virtual memory. And then you can also read here, it says that a paging file is an area on the hard disk that Windows use as if it were RAM. Okay, so this virtual memory pretend as a RAM. So let's click here on change. Now, instead of automatically managing paging file, I'm gonna uncheck it. I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna set it by myself. For that, I can click on set. Sorry, I can click on custom size, and then here you can see it is almost 9 GB. So I can actually make it more. So if I calculate here, let's say I would like to keep it 16 GB, so I can multiply it by 16 to 1024. So it will be 16384. And then if I let's define also, maximum memory size. So let's say I'm gonna give it 64 GB, which is 65536. So let's make it this much, and let's click on set. And there we go. We can also see the preview of now the newer paging file size, and let's click OK. And now it is actually asking us to restart our system, but since I am doing live stream, I'm gonna do that later on. But you might have, now have a good idea of what exactly is the role of this virtual memory. So in this way, guys, we can optimize our system, especially useful when we have, I would say, when we have got limited amount of resources, especially in terms of RAM. Okay, now question time. Here, I think I've already spoken about Office 2024. And then again another question from Rahul that he have a query regarding Windows 11. His PC doesn't support the OS officially and have installed it in a few registry tweaks and stuff. So probably you might, if your PC does not support Windows 11 officially, maybe you might have deleted some file. And since if I talk about Windows 11, they actually made a system security one of their main pillar, and that's why they want this hardware TPM chip. So if we delete that chip, delete some of these settings, and then let's say our system do not have that capability or that TPM chip installed, then what will happen that whenever there is a Windows update, it will download some of new settings. So whenever there will be update, a window will again download those files and then will create issue. So the best way to avoid those BSOD issues is to stop updating your Windows, or if you may actually check, if there is third-party TPM available that you can buy from, let's say, Amazon, and can install it in your system. So I would say if your system is older than 8th generation, if I talk about Intel, then probably your system may not support Windows 11. And seems like we also can see some of these TPM chip module available in online. But again, I think we need to check on internet if how these work, how we need to install them. So if we can install it, then it's well and good. That's how you will not face any issue with your Windows. So this is the most genuine way, I would say, to fix this TPM issue. Or else, as I said that, we need to stop updating our Windows. Okay, now let's talk about another setting that can help us out in improving our system performance, which is bloatware, which is removing bloatware and unnecessary application. So whenever we install our Windows 11, the Windows 11 come up with so many apps that we generally do not use. For example, let me click here on this Windows button, and if I click on all app here, I will see ton of apps that I have not installed. For example, let's see, game bar. I do not play games. Probably I can remove it, but some of these are, cannot be removed, I would say. So we need to look for those apps that we do not use. For example, this Microsoft Designer. So just see your menu and then install all the apps that you do not need. Now again, let me go here, and then if I go to settings, and then here in apps, if I click here on install apps, here also I can see the apps that is installed in my system and I do not use. For example, I am not fan of OneDrive, so I can install it. Okay, so in this way, guys, we can remove all those applications which are of no use for us, and then we already have it. So we need to see, for example, Messenger. I don't think so that I use it, and it is actually acquiring or occupying around half gigabyte of data. So this is, I would say, kind of bloatware for me, because I didn't uh, install it. It was there already. Okay, now in this way, guys, we need to go through all the list. I do not want to share all my apps here. Okay, let me also install this PC Manager. Okay, so in this way, guys, we can install all unnecessary apps from our control panel. Now let's talk about some of apps that can actually, help us out in managing or maintaining our system. So one such app is PC Manager. So let me actually start my browser, and then let's type here Microsoft PC Manager. Okay, so let's click here on this link. So this is an official PC optimization application from Microsoft directly, which I would say is a very trustworthy and very reliable one, and can improve your PC performance. As you can see here, it also says boost your PC, manage your storage, pop-up management, health checkup, a mini toolbar and toolbox, and so on. So let's go here and click on download. And as I said, guys, this app is from Microsoft itself. So you can completely trust on it. And the good thing is that it is completely free, guys. So what else we need? A free app that can take care of our PC performance. This is really awesome, guys. So let's click here on install. And I'm hoping that after some time, this app will be installed in my system. You can also find this app in Windows Store. So let me type store here. And there we go. Seems like I also have installed this app. But let me also show it here. So the app name was PC Manager. Okay, so this was the app that I was talking about. And you can also see that, the rating is 4.4. So generally, you will not find this kind of rating available in Windows Store. Seems like there is another app. But this one is not from Windows. Let's keep it let's not install this one. Let's stick to the official one. Now I'm gonna start this PC manager. And there we go. Here we can see we have got this application which have all the manual tweak capability that we used to do manually. So for example, cleaning up temp file. So we used to do that by pressing Windows and R button and then by typing here temp and then cleaning this temp folder. So one way is this. Another way is just by installing this app, and then here we can see we have got 1.8 gigabyte of temporary file. We just need to click on boost, and there we go. We can see we have cleared all the temp file, and then you will also see the reduction in memory uses by your system. So this setting, I would say, definitely work. Now, okay, let me also grab one question, which is possible to set the display scale lower than 100%. Yes, I think so. We can do that. You can also preview that using magnifier. Although in case of magnifier, things go out of screen. Seems like we can, scale lower than 100%. Let's actually try that. Scale SCALE seems like here it needs to be display resolution and then okay. So it seems like we required some third-party apps to achieve such, or let's try custom scaling. Let me type here 75. It seems like we cannot do that. We need to put values in between 100 to 500. So seems like Rahul, this is the answer of your question. We can only scale in between 100 to 500, although there should be some kind of registry editing, a tweak. From there, probably we may also, scale, go beyond, 100%. But that would be more of issue with resolution, because when we talk about scaling our system below 100%, then it required more of resolution. So probably if I reduce my display resolution to, let's say, this HD that I just did, now it should give me option actually to make it less than 100. So officially it is not being provided. Now let me again change my resolution to QHD. Okay, now, I was talking about this PC manager. So not only we see here one-click boost in terms of removing temp file and improving memory usage, but we also have got this health check. So health check will look for issues. So here we can see it sees all kind of issues available in my system. So it is also asking us to clean the browser cache. And then we also can see other options, for example, startup apps. So the one actually we saw in case of file manager, here also we saw that. Okay, so I got another question from another mate. Is Windows 8.1 is not supported on Asus B660M A D4 motherboard? Well, I don't think so. It should be supported. B660, I believe, is 12th generation motherboard, business series board. It should support. If it is officially, you know, officially set by Microsoft, then probably it may not, but uh, it should support actually. So sometime what happen is, yeah, I can understand your concern. Detect LAN Ethernet, it is not detecting. So you know why? Because if we see Windows 8.1 official support by Microsoft, I will also tell you, the thing that you can try. Yep. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Yeah. I agree with Rahul that you can separately try downloading driver. But let me also see if Windows till which year Windows 8.1 will be supported by Microsoft. So let's see that as well. So seems like the support for Windows 8.1 was ended in Jan 2023. So after that, Windows 8, there will not be any support for Windows 8.1. And as you said that you are using Asus B660, probably this board, MA. Let's have a look actually. So you can actually visit to Asus website, and then probably from here you can download the driver. So you need to click here on support, and then search for your driver. So click here on driver and utility, and then here you have got this driver of so you can actually go with Windows 10 64-bit or other, or sometime you need to extract INF file out of it. I can show you sometime how to extract INF file out of the driver. So I have downloaded your driver. Yeah. Okay, you tried to install this driver. Okay. So why you are using Windows 8.1? What you can do here is you can actually go to let me have a look on network adapter, and then from here, so this is I think my one, so I can actually click on update driver, and here actually we need to specify INF file, and in this way we probably can do that. So you can actually ping me in another comment, and since we are diverting from our topic, and that way actually we will able to install your driver, or else alternative will be you can buy an Ethernet card from internet, and that's how also we will able to run Ethernet in such system. Or nowadays you may see a dongle actually. Let me show you. USB to Ethernet RJ45. So you can also get this kind of dongle. That way also it will work. Okay. So you can get these kind of dongle, and it should work. I mean, if in worst case scenario, let's say you didn't find any solution, then you can do in this way as well. Okay, now let's come back to our topic. I am enjoying your questions, guys, that you are putting. Uh, Thank you so much for that. So we were talking about some of one such software that can actually help us out in optimizing our system. So one was PC Manager. It is completely free. If you also want to tweak your system, then there is one more, um, which is Power Toys. Again, it is from Microsoft. This is going to provide you tons of option to customize and tweak your system. So we need to click here on install Power Twice. And from here, we can download it for our system. So seems like now it is also available for ARM-based system, which is really nice. But most of us are currently using x64. So let's download this one. Okay, probably I may not able to answer your question related to, activate Windows using CMD or other way rather than purchasing real key. If you are a student, then definitely you can get student edition or can get key from university. Or another way is to have Windows directly pre-installed whenever we are purchasing new laptop or system. Another way is you can have a trial of it by rearming your Windows. So you need to search for rearm command actually in CMD. So I would suggest you to go with the genuine license. Probably I will also do some research on it. What are the sites that provide these Windows OEM key at a good discount? So yeah. Okay, so seems like I have installed this power key, Power Twice. So here you can see all kind of tweaks that you can see here that going to improve your PC performance. So based on your need, you can tweak your system. Even you can tweak how all these snapping will work. You also see File Explorer add-ons, image resizer, power rename, and so on. Can you create custom windows for gamer? Yes, actually, we can download official ISO from Windows website, Microsoft websites. Let me actually open Microsoft Windows 10 or 11 ISO. And when we click here on download, we need to look for this ISO one. The best way actually is to directly create installation media, but we can actually download this ISO. And then from here, you can choose the language, confirm. Then here, actually, after downloading the ISO, we need to tweak it. So that part we can talk about. We do not need to actually, tweak the ISO also. And then in most of scenario, we already have Windows installed. So what we can do to improve gaming performance is all these tweaks that I was talking about. Improve, all the setting that we discussed in past until now, we can do that. So one such I discussed was startup, disable startup program that are of no use. You can define that. You can also download this file manager or PC manager, sorry. that also can help us out in tweaking our system. So all these things will improve our system performance and thereby will improve gaming performance. Yeah, I do agree with you, Divine Sama, that the original version of Windows are too heavy. Yes, so that's why I'm sorry that you joined this session slightly late. We already have covered that part. How we can uninstall all kind of bloatware from our system, and then but it's easy. It is, I would say, pretty easy. You just need to have a look on the apps that are of no use and is installed and come pre-installed with your system. For example, is Canva. I can install it. Can simply go on apps and install apps here. This was kind of bloatware and also a good example. So in this way, actually, we can install all these kind of apps. And then to tweak and to improve performance, we can download this Microsoft PC Manager that give us all kind of option related to making deep cleanup and all. And then we also saw how we can improve our virtual RAM. So all these options, I would say, is also available for Windows 10, 11. I don't think so that there is any issue with any version. Now let's talk about another way to improve our system performance. So first of all, you need to see the app that you want to run in your system and its minimum system requirement. For example, let's say I would like to run a game and that game need at least 16 gigabyte of RAM. So in that case, what we need to do here is we need to first of all press menu button, go to settings, and then probably in system and go to about. Here we need to see our system spec, and you can see the amount of RAM available and the processor that you have. And let me actually open more such options, which you can always see by pressing Windows and R button. And here you need to type MS Info 32, and here actually you can see a more complete detail of your hardware resources. Okay. Let me actually go to system summary here, and then I can see my motherboard model number, my processor, and every other settings. And if I also go to task manager, here also I can go to performance and can see what GPU my system have. Is it an integrated one or the discrete one? So here I can see my system have got this 4070. Okay, another question. Which one is better, DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro? So I would say based on your need, DaVinci Resolve has more options available. It is kind of combination of Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and After Effects. And then Premiere Pro have got is built to do only one thing, to edit your video. So I think if we talk about which is more advanced, I believe DaVinci Resolve is more advanced. But if you talk about a good optimized package for video editing, and specifically somebody want to do video editing only and color grading, then Premiere Pro is also a good option. Okay, so now let's talk about how we can further improve our system performance, and it could be sometime by doing PC upgrade. So as I was showing you how we can check our system memory and system hardware, now let's talk about how we can upgrade it. Okay. So let's say currently I have a RAM of 16 gigabyte, and let's say I want to run Premiere Pro or particular game that require at least 32 gigabyte of memory. Then in that case, what we need to do here is we need to check our system memory. and that we can check. There used to be one software actually, Ramon. We can see our PC spec using Ramon, and then there is one another CPU Z. Okay, so let's actually go with CPU Z because this also shows us a more option. So I'm gonna download this small software. And let's quickly install it. I do not want to read text. I can actually run it now. CPU Z. So in CPU Z, we can see our memory, and here I can see the DRAM frequency. So by knowing your DRAM frequency and then cache latency and all these value, these are the timing of our RAM. I can actually see which is the good RAM for my system. And here also I can see the number of channels available in my in my uh, in my motherboard. So currently I can see that as of now I don't have any of channel available. So let's say if you have got two slots, then you will see that here it will the CPU will show you that there are two slots available in your system. And then you can also see if your slot is occupied or vacant. So if it is vacant, then here you will see that there is no RAM available. So currently this is DDR5 6000 megahertz RAM, but you will see that it shows here 3000 megahertz. And the reason for that is RAM always work with dual channel. So when we use two slots, then only we're gonna get full speed. So check for this your RAM frequency, and then see what is there in brackets. So here it is 3000. Multiply it by 2, and that would be your RAM frequency. So now I come to know that I need a RAM that should have a frequency of 6000 megahertz, and then following are the RAM timing, and based on that I can Google it and can get it. So I can quickly go to Amazon and then can look for RAM with 6000 megahertz, and it needs to be DDR5. And then here also I can put RAM timing here, which is 36. Oh no, this one will be the correct one. 36, 36, 36, 96. So I can write it 36, 36, 36, 96, and then search for it. And that way, guys, you will able to find RAM. So here I can see this RAM exactly match my requirement, which is 36, 36, 36, 96. And in this way, guys, we can buy or upgrade our PC hardware. Now, let's talk about other important hardware tweaks that you can do. So we can actually go for SSD. If let's say my system is too old, I can always buy SSD based on the kind of slot available in my system. If your PC is too old, let's say 8 or 10-year-old, then probably you will not have got this M.2 slot or NVMe slot. Then in that case, you can go with SATA SSD, because SATA SSD used to exist that time as well. SATA SSDs are also very fast, I would say. Especially in case of random read-write, you can definitely go with these upgrades. And believe me, guys, it is really worth it to have at least SSD in your system, because they are very, very fast. They can significantly reduce your system boot time and can significantly improve your PC performance. And then if you also see that your system is full and then data you have is is useful, then you can also go for external drives. So external drive also gives you ample of space. Give you kind of expandability option, and that way also you can transfer content from your PC to external drive, and that's how also it will improve your PC performance. So let's say your system is 90% full, you will see drop in performance. Okay. Now, so that's how, guys, we can improve our PC performance. So if we talk at a glance that today we have covered so far, so we started by talking about how we can change the power plan. Then we talk about how we can improve, how we can adjust or how we can, optimize our PC for performance instead of visual by compromising visual. Also, we can see it today. Still, we can see it. I only am able to see outline preview, not the complete window preview. This means that my system is more optimized for performance. Then we also saw virtual memory settings and unnecessary applications. Then we also talk about physical upgrades, for example, RAM upgrade or external storage upgrade. And then we also replied some of questions that comes to us. So that's all, folks, I have for this live stream, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If yes, then you can consider subscribing to Technoholic to see more such tips and tricks. We always value your time. We always think of providing solution that can make a real-time impact to your life, rather than simply providing something that not going to do anything. Probably, so we always think of how we can provide real-time value in day-to-day productivity. So that's all, guys, from my side in this video in live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If yes, then consider subscribing to Technoholic, and I will catch you soon with one such another live stream another day. Do let us know what should be our next topic of live stream, and let's catch each other in that one.